Hey, good morning and welcome to this special sports edition of Temple Update. I'm Dan McKinney.
And I'm Caitlin Keene. On this special edition, we'll explore the world of international athletics here at Temple University. Everything from the coaches who recruit these players, to the players who travel overseas to North Philly, to the fans who support their arrival.
Temple is ranked in the top 10 for having one of the most diverse campuses in the nation. This includes students from all 50 states, but also students from every continent in the world, excluding Antarctica. Temple hosts more than 29 international student athletes spread out among 24 Division I teams. From Sweden to the Ukraine and down to Colombia, Temple searches all over the world for top-notch athletes. Temple's tennis coaches will tell us more about how they recruit half their team internationally, and Jennifer Sheeran has the story. Anastasia recently led the team to the Atlantic 10 Championships where the Owls took second place. She will continue her role as senior co-captain next year, leaving fans eager to see what lies ahead.
And Temple fans have always made their presence known at athletic events and opened their arms to these international athletes. Coming up later in the show, we'll tell you how they're helping these athletes feel more at home even when they are really 5,000 miles away.
And also coming up after the break, we'll be joined live in studio by former Temple basketball player and international athlete Dion Dakins. He knows exactly what these athletes are going through, so stick around.
As former Temple basketball player and international athlete Dion Dakins, thanks for joining us. So, Dion, after graduating Temple in 2006, you played a season of pro basketball in Uruguay. What was life like as an international athlete?
It was a little difficult at first. Going from playing basketball here at Temple is more of a privilege as far as maybe being like a recreational sport to playing professionally and it being a job, making, a livelihood, having to provide for myself through basketball. So that was a big adjustment. But other than that, it was great experience.
So, studying abroad, there's always a lot of tough adjustments, including language, and maybe what were some other tough adjustments you had to make?
Besides the language, it was getting used to the food. That was a big adjustment, but language was the biggest adjustment. Luckily enough, I had the opportunity to play with a guy who played a season on the team before I got there, and basically showed me the ropes. And he could speak Spanish well enough for us to get around and go places and do things, especially when it was time to order food. If I wanted something, I'd just tell him what I wanted and he could order it for me. So it was pretty decent.
How often did you get to talk with friends and family at home?
When I first got over there, not that often. Maybe an email every 2 weeks or so, but after that, I bought like an international phone, and I got to call home and talk to my family and friends just about every day or anytime I wanted to. So it wasn't that bad.
So you mentioned your teammate, kind of helped you through this experience. Was there anybody else, any other mentors or anything? Anybody?
Besides my teammate, actually, that was there at the time, I would say the guys before me that went overseas, like some of the former players like Antoine Robertson and guys like that had played overseas before, gave me a little bit of advice before I went over there, what to expect and things to do and not to do. So that was good.
So if you had the opportunity to go internationally and play again, would you do it?
It'd be a difficult decision. It depended on the money. I guess that would be one of the main things. But I'm in a situation right now where I can coach here at Temple. So as of right now, I wouldn't go back over and play. But if the money was right, I would probably be on the first flight out of here.
So do you have any advice for any students who are any athletes who are thinking about, playing abroad?
I would say before you go over, do a little research on the country. Try to find somebody or befriend somebody in that country that can help you out, show you the ropes. And I guess most importantly, if you can have the opportunity to learn the language before you go over there, that'd be very helpful if you don't already know the language.
Okay, well thanks Dion for joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And you can't miss them. They're at every home game and they make their presence known. They call themselves the Cherry Crusades. This group has gone out of its way to embrace these international student athletes. Everything from wearing their country's home flags to even hosting events such as International Nights. Eugene DeFino tells us how.
Thanks, Eugene. And if you think you're loud enough to be part of this rambunctious group, stop by the athletic office this week and sign up. And if you would like more information on any Temple sports, you can visit www.alsports.com.
But that about does it for this special international sports edition of Temple Update. I'm Dan McKinney.
And I'm Caitlin Keene. Have a great week.